Bingiriya Dewagiri Rajamaha Viharaya. While the Tampita Vihara at the Dewagiri Rajamaha Vihara has many very special aspects about it, what is specially important is the acceptance of this as the largest Tampita Vihara in Sri Lanka. This Tampita Vihara can be considered as a unique artistic creation, being similarly adorned with wood and stone carvings, paintings and sculpture. In the reign of King Kirti Sri Rajasingha, who ruled the country between the period 1748 to 1882 AC, this Viharaya was a religious centre in the Satkoralaya. This Vihara has been donated to the Venerable Ginigat Pitiye Sangarakita Thera, who was the chief Sanganayaka of the Satkoralaya, under the guidance and direction of the king and Sangaraja Thera. The Tampita Vihara has been built on 22 stone pillars 6 feet high on a rock base about 1 foot 6 inches in height from the ground. When considering the entire building, it is 34 feet long and 24 feet wide. There are 2 rows of wooden steps from the floor to the entrance to the upper floor. This Tampita Vihara is special because of the similarity of the stone pillars and method of their placement. The upper image house is 23 feet and 6 inches in length and 12 feet in width, while the circular worship walk that goes around it is 2 feet and 6 inches in width. The lower floor of the Tampita Vihara has been used as the Poya Gay or place for religious observances and as a meeting place. While the floors have been raised by the placing of beams, their ends have a carved in a special curved shape. On this beam floor is another level that is 38 feet and 2 inches long and 36 feet wide. A resident Thera of the Bingiriya Rajamaha Vihara, Venerable Pandavela Sorata Thera, has described the Tampita Vihara in his work The Bingiriya Rajamaha Vihara and its Historical Path. For the walls of the image house to be built, another beam box of 24 feet 12 inches in size has been done, and on this the main level wooden pillars have been placed vertically and fixed to the strong wooden wall. The wattle and daub wall levelled the wood drawn in between and lumps of clay put in, wattle and daub sticks drawn and rough clay used to complete the walls. The roof structure of the traditional building method in the Kandyan period has been used here. A creative design similar to what is seen in the main chamber of the Dalada Maligava Kandy is seen here. The upper floor has been constructed to suit the climatic conditions, and from the very top of the upper floor to the wall level of the image house, and from there on the 2 feet rafters on the pillars of the circular walkway are fixed to the beams, and they have been finished about 4 feet apart. Having an attractive shape, this roof is in 4 panels. It has been drawn into the 4 directions as a roof of the ground floor. This roof, which is based on the wooden pillars of the worship walkway, continues to about 2 feet outside the base. Provision has been made to ensure that the speed of the water that falls on the upper roof during the rainy season is reduced and falls on the roof of the lower floor, causing no damage to the building. The main doorway to enter the image house is situated facing north from the middle of the southern wall. This is a two-panelled door, and the top of the door frame has a Surya Vanka design on it. All three of these door frames are complete with bottom frames, and the door panels have been joined to the upper and lower frames from the wood of the door itself. The main door has a brass lock and a key, and the doors on the two sides have strong wooden locks or bolts. The south right-hand side wall inside the image house, the western, eastern and northern inner walls and the canopy of the inner chamber is complete with many paintings. While these paintings have been reconstructed about 6 or 7 decades ago, there is a reason to believe that these have been done upon old paintings. While statue of a seated Buddha and two standing Buddha statues are in place, the image of the Vishnu deity is situated on the right-hand side wall. Very close to that is what can be thought of as an image of Venerable Malagane Attadasithera. Throughout the inner northern wall are what can be thought to be images of chief incumbent Theras. While the canopy of the inner chamber is complete with a large lotus flower and decorative motif, they show qualities of the artistic tradition of the middle period of the 20th century due to reconstruction. The beam close to the ceiling on the wall of the outer chamber of the image house is complete with a single image that shows Venerable Pandivelasortha Thera and a decorative motif of flowers and leaves. While about 1.5 feet on the bottom section of the wall has no paintings, the other section has two types of paintings. The rest of these three walls are illustrated in two stripes, with the upper stripe having murals depicting the Suvisi Viharaya, the approbations given to the Buddha Siddhartha Gautama by the 24 former Buddhas, approving him as the Buddha designate. The main door frame is situated on the outer wall that has the main entrance. Through this wall is a spreading panel. On both sides of the doorway are two dragon's arch images carved common to the upper frame. The Makara image spread towards the ceiling depicts the Kirti Mukhya, a decorative design featuring the mouth-like section in dragon's arch images. Images of protective deities are sculpted separately. On either side of the doorway are two guardian deities carrying swords in their hands. Bordering the worship walkway of the Tampita Vihara are 20 wooden pillars done by one who was very skilled in woodcraft. These have pillar caps noted at 2, 3, 4. On these pillar caps are two beam floors or levels and the appropriate wooden layer for the canopy to be placed. The 4 pillar caps on the western and eastern sides have been carved with 2 frames each, and the upper floor is made up with 70 main beams. On the lower floor are 68 sculpted beams. On the bottom of every pillar is the asana cutter design special to this position. The pillar bodies are in octagonal and 4-sided panels. The first carving on every pillar is that of the image of a tree that rises from a punkalasa or decorative stylized pot. The parts of the tree image that rise from the punkalasa comprise designs from the horizontal to the vertical and triangular panels centered by decorative motifs. The 20 pillars comprise 80 carvings on varied themes. The pillar bodies that are close to the pillar caps have a new asana cutter design, and thereafter the pillars take a square shape and joins the pillar cap level. The hanging sections of the pillar caps are ornamented with blossoming lotus and binara floral designs. The pillars have been ornamented with carvings of the lotus and binara flowers, and the Berunda bird, Sarangpenda and Gajasingha, which are traditional designs in Sinhala sculpture. Paintings could be seen from the ceiling on the inside of the worship walkway. There are paintings on varied themes. Most of the paintings have been destroyed. The Viharaya, which belongs to the Malwati chapter of the great Siamese sect, stands out to this day, bringing to the world the pride of the Satkoralaya. From that day to this, and in the future too, this will remain an important juncture of the Sri Lankan Buddhist clergy, and with the wish that this would remain for a very long time ahead, being a valued center to nurture Buddhist culture